Sajillah. I'm a senior business economics major. I'll be graduating this December actually, and I went to Brazil for 2 weeks this past summer. It was amazing. It
Yeah.
was like the best experience of my life to date. It's between three of my favorite moments over there. Seeing the Christ Redeemer statue, that was definitely one of the highlights of my trip. That was only three of us went, and it was kind of like a adventure. As we actually went through a jungle, we caught a taxi and saw monkeys, and that was pretty cool. Another good, big moment for me over there was we went to this Oladum concert, which is a band of drummers, and they performed, and we actually got invited out by the secretariat, so he gave us our own little VIP section, so we really got the royal treatment, and it was like so fun. The music was fantastic. Those are probably my two greatest moments. Yeah, we Portuguese.
Yeah.
That was I mean, I did a lot of research before I went to Brazil, but definitely communication. It was very hard to communicate and to find people that actually spoke English. So maybe if I knew a little more Portuguese, enough to get around by myself, but it worked out. So it was an international business class. And as far as the classes, we had sessions over here before we went, and we had to do a research paper because basically we had to learn the history of Brazil because it's so important to doing business over there. So we had to do our research paper. We had a midterm exam, just like any other class, and then over there, learning about the different companies that we got to visit and just doing research on that. So there was a couple of papers that we had to do. We got to explore the city on our own a little bit, and then with the tour guides that we had and the professors who were somewhat familiar with the area. So we got a little bit of everything. There were three to a room. In Rio, we visited three different cities. So in Rio, we stayed at the California. I don't remember the name of the hotel, but it was an older building. A lot of the buildings in Brazil are like historical, so they're not like modern. But we had a wonderful view in that hotel, so that was probably my favorite thing about it. It was right on the Copacabana, so that was like awesome. That was actually my first time out of the country, like I said before, and it was my first time on an airplane. So I'm definitely hungry for more. I'm actually looking at some internships for after I graduate. I definitely want to go and see other places. And then while we were there, one of the interesting things that happened, we visited a consulting firm, and that's like what I was the field that I want to go into, consulting. But I never thought about it on a global level. And so just being able to actually talk to some of the partners and learn about, what it's like to be a consulting firm in Brazil, and they actually they deal with global companies as well. So that was like really interesting, and then I learned a lot, and I'll be able to, take that information, and it kind of has me wanting to explore consulting on a global level. So I was definitely inspired a little bit and learned a lot. It impacted a lot even before I left. Like just winning it was a major. It was a major ego boost. So I felt really really good because honestly before I got the scholarship, I was like, I'm going on this trip. I don't care, like, what I have to do. So I definitely, put it out there. I applied for as many scholarships as I could, and then I was also, looking at other ways that I could finance it. But when I got the global experience scholarship, it was kind of like that sealed it. Like I'm going, like I'm actually going. Like I knew I was going before, but now I really, really know I'm going, and it definitely made the anticipation a lot stronger. I was ready to go at that point, and it allowed me, to actually enjoy myself and not think about the money, because it is expensive to travel abroad. But that was a huge burden that was removed because of the GES scholarship.